Thank you. Perfection is achieved, not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. How can that quote sound so eloquent as written by the French writer, yet those same exact words sound so threatening when used as a mission statement by my ex-wife's lawyer? I have a theme for today's set. Every one of these stories is exactly and absolutely true about me. Well, true in the sense that a Lifetime made-for-TV movie is based on reality. Like the one last weekend about the average couple and family that lived in the suburbs, had an 18-year-old daughter that went off to college, and then she got wild, got arrested, and contracted chlamydia. Well, most of it was true, except she went to her dorm room and watched Arrested Development, and chlamydia was just her sorority pledge name. I lived for 1 year in Duluth, Minnesota, and I cannot convey to you how cold it was up there. The only good thing about my time there was summer came on a weekend that year. I have some wonderful family in New Jersey, and I say that they're wonderful because they might see this video. And I believe Fasil's from New Jersey too. What city are you from?
Montague, the countryside of New Jersey.
Montague, I know exactly where that is. It's right between I don't really care and I don't need it for the joke anyway. I was going to take a road trip to go see my cousins up there, and they warned me about the high crime areas in New Jersey, especially those parts between Pennsylvania and the Atlantic Ocean. For those FSU graduates, that's pretty much the entire state there. And so I got up there and I stopped in a gas station and I got out to pump my gas and I saw this huge guy running at me. So I remembered the warning and I dropped the pump, jumped in the car and got out of there. As I approached the next gas station, I remembered New Jersey, there's no self-serve. They have to pump the gas for you. So that was probably the gas attendant running at me. So this time I got out, stood by the pump, saw the guy running toward me. I got out my wallet, my credit card, and then he mugged me. I was at a cocktail party. This woman came over and started rubbing my big belly and asked if it was like a Buddha statue, that if her wish would come true. I told her it'd be a much better chance about me granting her wish if she rubbed lower. Because my feet were really sore that day. And for all you single ladies in the audience who are thinking something other than feet, shame on you for not giving me your phone number yet. I had a couple times in my life where I'd done something I was really, really proud of, and then it came crashing down in an instant. When I was a kid, I liked to make my own Halloween costumes, and in the 3rd grade, I lived in Columbus, Ohio, so I wanted to make a buckeye, which is a brown nut. So I made out of paper mache this big life-size buckeye. I painted it, so proud of it. The big day came, and I went trick-or-treating with my friends. The second house I went to, the guy opened the door and said, "Edith, come look at this. We got a witch, a pirate, and a rock." Absolutely true story. And the other time that it happened to me, I had this assignment to turn in a report. So I wanted it to look colorful, so I got out my crayons, and on the front cover I made these mythological creatures, stayed within the lines, made sure it was color coordinated. Then I turned it in. But my boss said, "What the hell is this?" Boom. So I got to redo my quarterly financial reports and turn them in this week. Went to the doctor 2 weeks ago. Based on his prescription of an inhaler, he diagnosed me as being a nerd. I always thought I was at least half of a nerd. In junior high school, I was on the chess team, but I was also on the football team. I think the hardest part about being both a jock and a nerd at the same time was having to give myself wedgies. Thank you very much.
Clap it up for Joseph Ney. All right, Dougie.
The New Jersey pump joke I've heard quite a bit. Besides from that, president's on stage. You're standing, you're delivering your stuff, which is good. I could picture you like doing bits about how you're tired of working, tired of reading. I'm like one of the only guys in the world that actually reads an instruction manual. Just something about that premise I just find funny because no one reads them. I'm the only guy that reads them. Like, are you aware that step 2 in putting together a table is, whatever you come up with? Because when you speak, it's funny when you speak technical, because you come off as a technical guy. So a lot of times it'd be funny if you start a joke with technical and all that, and then all of a sudden come up with something completely ridiculous as your joke. Like, that's the irony in your presence. Like, I'm this guy, I'm this analytical guy, and this is what I do, and then your punchlines are completely off the cuff. Like this one lady asked me to go help her put her table together. I showed her the menu. I went over with that. Next thing you know, I was knee deep in her. You know what I mean? Just something unpredictable. She loved, she looked at my whatever. Then you can tie in the feet. I mean, Sturt's very, very, how do I say, professional guy, very stern. But then all of a sudden, there's this crazy side that comes out towards the end of the joke. That's towards the writing part.
So wait, when you're talking about the New Jersey joke, are you talking about when he asked me where I'm from, and then he was like, "It's
no,
the
gas."
Oh, the gas one. Okay. Yeah. When you asked me where I was from, I like that joke. That's very creative. I would definitely use that whenever you do your set because it shows you're doing crowd work, kind of.
Yeah.
And then you have intellectual humor. I would kind of pause because sometimes when you say the punchline, people need to think about it. Like when I say I travel a lot, that's why I stopped playing basketball. If I don't pause, they're not gonna laugh. So you have jokes like that. Like when you say, "Shame on you for not giving me your phone number." Like look at a girl and just smile at her, and then I think that could get a little more of a laugh. But it was good. He had new material too. He did a lot of new material in this set. So clap it up for Joseph, man. Thanks, person, coming on.